Good morning and welcome. It's an odd time for me, and it's a different kind of show. And I hope you Gator fans in Northwest Florida are going to appreciate what we're doing here. Gator fans all over, as a matter of fact. I'm Buddy Martin. I'm usually hosting the Buddy Martin Show. This is the Panhandle Gator Club podcast, which I'm very happy to be on for the debut show. We're kind of winging it today. Me and my partner, Rob Dotson, the former head of the Gator Club. Now he's one of the hardest workers around here. And we've had quite a time bringing you this new show, which is called, as I said, the Panhandle Gator Club podcast, sponsored by Rocket Lanes. Our thanks to the folks there. We're going to talk about that. Good morning to you, Rob. There's Rocket Lanes right there. You know all about this place. Yeah, Rocket Lanes, the folks over there are very nice. We had a chance to visit with Kristen yesterday and put together a package. They are the title sponsor. Also, Rocket Lanes, you might talk about it real quick, Rob, is the host for the Panhandle Gator Club meetings and viewings. So, Rob, what you got on Rocket?
Rocket Lanes, they want to keep it social. They're home in the Panhandle Gator Club, and
There you go.
Come enjoy your time at Rocket Lanes. They have bowling, they have skating, they have arcade games, and they have an upscale bar in the background for the adults to enjoy while the kids are having a good time. So come get social at Rocket Lanes, 513 North Richard Jackson Boulevard, Panama City Beach, in the shops of Edgewater across from Edgewater Beach Resort.
Okay, our thanks to Kristen Sheffield. We met with her yesterday, and gosh, there were an awful lot of people in there for late morning, and we plan to be there again. And you got something going on this weekend, right, Rob?
Oh, we do. We have a Gator viewing game going on at 6 p.m. Central Time at the bar back in Rocket Lane. So come join us and enjoy some chips and salsa on the Gator Club.
I've been there several times. Yesterday, I was very impressed with her. And she's a Wayman Mary graduate, as a matter of fact, and she's got 2 Gator daughters. So she'll be with us, and we appreciate her support, Rocket Lanes and Kristen Sheffield. Okay, brother, this is a short introductory show. We know you're not going to find us right away. This is a bi-monthly show, which means we're going to be on twice a month. And it will focus on things in the Panhandle, but will be all things Gators and college football. Rob is going to bring to us some things in the communities around here about Gators. There's several people we want to talk about, including a pitcher who's going to go to Florida and others, and keep us up to speed. What you don't know, folks, and I'm new here. I've been up here a year and a half, and I go back and forth. I'm spending 80% of my time up here, and I said, I want to do a show. So Rob put this together, and thanks to Brendan, and we're going to do this every other Friday. We're going to have Rob Browne a little bit later. Rob's an old hand around here. He's been coming down here to the Panhandle for years, ever since he was a baby. And we're going to tell you, what are you going to do? We're going to tell you about a place that you didn't know about, because I got to learn about it. And we're going to tell you about people that make up the college football constituency in the area, about folks. We're going to talk about games, and we get lots of games this weekend. In just a minute, Rob Browne's going to come aboard. We're going to talk about some of the games. I know, Rob, you watched part of the game. I didn't get that final score last night. The last time I saw was 40-something or whatever. And South Florida, who's just pummeled Boise State. And as a result, the things that look a little tougher for Florida the following week, they play South Florida. Rob, what did you saw the first half, right?
I did. I watched most of the game. The final score I see was 34-7. Okay. Although it was close at halftime, South Florida pulled away in the second half. My basic impression is for Boise State to be ranked 25th is the pollsters got something extremely wrong, because Boise State did not look very good. South Florida looked a pretty good team.
Yeah, they looked like they could bow it up on defense, and their offense got to stutter stepped and got a run back. And Browne got loose in the second half. He's a heck of a runner. He's a guy going to watch. I want to mention also that this program is also sponsored by Prime Orthodontics. Ready for the smile of your dreams at Prime Orthodontics. Prime, I should say. Prime Orthodontics. We'll make it happen. Braces or clear aligners tailored just for you. Expert team combines cutting-edge technology and personality, all in the friend that comes with atmosphere. Whether you're a teen or adult, somewhere in between, your perfect smile starts here. Called Prime Orthodontics. A book is online, Prime Orthodontics, where confidence smiles begin. Located in Panama City and Panama City Beach. Okay, so we got a game on Saturday. There's a little issue with some of us. If your provider doesn't happen to take it, doesn't happen to provide the right kind of ESPN, you're not going to get the game. I've been on the phone, literally, Rob, I told you, at least 4 to 6 hours this week with everybody from cable providers. I know all the things they told me all you're supposed to do. But when you live in a specialized area, as you see behind me, this is the Bay and Sanders Bay. And the condo I'm in here is a beautiful place, but they have one provider and one provider only. They own it. And that one is called WOW. And they don't provide the service that gets you ESPN unlimited, which is what you have to have. So I've been pulling my hair out. Rob, you may have to come pick me up on Saturday and take me over to Rocket Lanes to watch the game. So we want to make sure don't take for granted these games like this because you never know. So hopefully we'll get all that done. So, all right. So, all right, let's talk about a little bit about. Hold on, so we've got notes up here. I even made notes for the show. This is our first time around on this show, and we're looking forward to having Rob Browne on. By the way, we're going to have something called What's Up in the Panhandle. And Rob, the two Robs, Rob Dotson will take us somewhere and tell us something about things going on, whether it's an Auburn group or whether it's an Alabama group or maybe even that group in Tallahassee. The Gator Club has generously agreed to share the spotlight, right?
Absolutely. This is a Panhandle show, although it's sponsored by Panhandle Gator Club. There's several other Gator clubs and many other alumni clubs in the area, and we enjoy watching and competing with them.
This is a real hotbed of college football on college sports around here, and you get quite a mixture of fans. You're going to get Rob Browne in a moment. He's an Auburn guy. Auburn's excited about their team as they should be. We'll see what they've got. I think they've got Baylor this weekend. I don't have the schedule in front of me. I hate that. So Rob will be tonight. You're right. It is tonight. Yes. I will get that one. It's tonight. So I'll be watching that. So, of course, we got what a weekend. I mean, has there ever been a better opener than Texas at Ohio State? I mean, really?
What a weekend.
What a weekend. And you go through the whole schedule. There's not a bad game anywhere on there. And so I'll be stuck. If I don't go over to the Rocket Lanes to watch the Gator game, if I can't get it here, I'll be in my chair this weekend. I'll be watching everything I can. I'm so excited about the fact that we've got these football season finally here. But by the way, if I might mention, I want to say, I don't know if I can put this up or not, Brendan. I'll try, but it is the cover of the book which Franz Beard has done. We'll see if it goes up here. And this is a basketball book all about, I think it will get it on here. You're going to want to get this book. Yeah, there it is. This book is being published by Gator Bay. It's all about the recent championship season. And Todd Golden, of course, is the golden season. Franz Beard from Gator Bay was with them all the way through, step by step. It has a marvelous book here, which Gator Bay is publishing. I'm told by our friend Carlton Reese that we'll have copies in October. And I know it was introduced on Wednesday night and shown, this cover was, to the folks at Golden Ocala. Brendan Martin was there, I know. And Todd Golden spoke there to a bunch of Ocala people, the Ocala Gator Tip-Off Club. And thanks to them for allowing us to be coming there and be able to mention this book. And they're excited because we're going to come back with books when Todd's there next time in October. So we can't get away from the basketball, Rob. We got that too to deal with.
Well, when you have a good team, it's hard not to talk about them.
It is. So in our shows this week, the theme has been, by the way, and you can, by the way, jump on here and make a comment. It doesn't have to be about Florida, about the Gators, whatever. We've got to try to get you take your chat and pop it on there. David Arnold, our good friend over in Destin is in the middle of surgery, but he's listening. Neo says, "Isn't the game on SCC Plus?" Yes, but my cable provider doesn't allow me to get that. That's the burn. All right. Toby Parmenter wants to talk about tonight's game. There's a good one. Colorado, Georgia Tech. Prime, he had quite a quote. They asked him if what was anything about Colorado that kind of surprised him. He said, "Yeah, the smell of weed in the second quarter." Leo, I wish I could YouTube the show for free, but I can't. Some people streaming. I know what you're talking about. Look, I've tried everything. I'm going to keep trying, so we'll find out what's going on. All right. So again, just to reframe this, gosh, and David Arnold gets something to do the show, you're really honored. We're going to do this every 2 weeks. And we're going to be on, we might be at 9, we might be at 10. We haven't completely decided that. Our executive producer is going to. And there's a nice little logo that Brendan put up right there, how you can follow us. We're going to have this. We're going to have stuff, good stuff. And since I'm up here a lot, I want to be able to talk about things and people. And I don't know that much about it. I'm traveling now to learn. Did you have a place you wanted me to go see? You said you're going to give me maybe some place to go and see every week. Rob, do you get one?
I do have one, and it's for the history buffs, actually. But the Constitution Convention Museum and State Park is in Port St. Joe. Now, this place is focused on Florida's first Constitution, which was drafted in the town of Port St. Joe. Back in 1835, Port St. Joe was a thriving center and a port when it was chosen over Tallahassee to host the Florida's first state constitutional convention, in which 56 delegates drafted the first Constitution in 1838 in Port St. Joe. So you can go down to Port St. Joe and see the Constitution Convention Museum and State Park.
Well, I know your significant other is from down there, Port St. Joe, and my current wife spent a long time at Port St. Joe. I don't think she was there in 1835, though, were you, honey? That she wasn't there in 1835.
You might get something thrown at you for that.
Yeah, she did. She just threw something at me. I dodged it, though. It's okay. So yes, every week. So I'm going around. And for the boring part of this is that my background and my roots are from here. My grandfather was from Florala and came through Pensacola and met my grandmother on a train. She was going to Florida Normal. So I have roots up here, and so it's a lovely area. Lots to learn about. I hope to learn more about it. I'm going to give you an email address, which you'll probably not remember. And if you want to write me and request information or know more about the show, or just make a comment, if you can remember buddymartinshow@gmail.com, write me personally. I'd love to hear from you. We might even get around to Rob moving around the show sometimes, moving the show from pillar to point. And we're just glad to be able to do things. Friends of my neighbors, and both my stepsons live up here, and one of them is a law enforcement officer. So if I ever get in trouble, I can use him, hopefully, or maybe not. He might send me to jail. So this is what we're doing. So why don't you tell folks about you? You have quite an interesting background.
Looking for my background, buddy?
Yeah, just tell me a little. You have an interesting background. You're in Houston. You've done a lot of interesting things. You've been the head of the Gator Club here. And now tell us about what you're doing and who you are, and so people will be able to know when they tune in what's up with you.
Well, I grew up down in Tampa Bay area, a town called Ruskin, known for its tomatoes. Went to East Bay High School, graduated in 1974. Went to University of Florida, graduated in 1980. So it took me 6 years to get a 4-year degree because I was having way too much fun.
Why not?
Graduated chemical engineer and went to work for TVA in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. So got to know a lot of Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee fans up in that area. I enjoyed it. Was part of the Huntsville Gator Club. Moved to Houston in 1988. Joined the Houston Gator Club, where I became president for a couple years, and got the club to Gator Club of the Year while we were there. So
nice.
And about 2015, I moved to Jacksonville for a couple years, Jacksonville Gator Club, and then met my wife, and she moved me to Panama City area, where I've been since 2016 and part of the Panhandle Gator Club, including many officers and just past president over the last 4 years.
Very well, sir. Glad to know all that. And you and I became friends recently, and I've enjoyed your company. You took me to a Gator Club meeting, and the Panhandle Gator Club agreed to help us get sponsors for our show, and so here we are. And I just want to say that you can give them a little hard information about the Panhandle Gator Club in case anybody's here and wants to know more about it or wants to join.
Absolutely. If you're interested in the Panhandle Gator Club, look either on Facebook, Panhandle Gator Club, or we have a website, panhandlegatorclub.com. Look us up. You can join the Alumni Association, which makes you part of the Panhandle Gator Club. Come to our meetings. We meet every second Tuesday at the Rocket Lanes, where we have our meetings. Come watch any Gator game, home or away, at Rocket Lanes, in which we'll have the game on live, and just enjoy it with other Gators.
All right, very good. This show's brought to you by the sponsors, Rocket Lanes folks. There's the host for the Gator Club, and we had a chance to spend some time yesterday with the proprietor and owner. Her family now owns this, and I guarantee you we're going to be back there many times doing happy things. Just reminding you about the folks there. If you want to go out and go bowling, or you want to go have something to eat, or take your family, then we will. They'll be glad to see you. So again,
I will say Rocket Lanes does like to host parties, birthday parties, church parties, and school, which they do lock-ins for both of those. Like I said, it's a real nice place to take your family, and if you want your kids to go have a good time, you can go back in the sports bar and watch a game.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for that. And I'll just remind you that they're located in Panama City Beach, and you gave me a lot of nice copy to read here. And I'll, as we go along, come get social. Rocket Lanes, 513 North Richard Jackson Boulevard, Panama City Beach. And you can also in the Shops Edge at Edgewater, across from Edgewater Beach Resort. So check them out. All right, so we're going to bring our buddy Rob Browne in here in just a minute. I think he's here. And we're going to do some quick picks and get out of here and go on to do some things that. Here he is with Huck. What's up, Rob?
Well, let me just say that this is my beach. I need to get a better shirt. I absolutely love y'all's shirts. Those are awesome. I mean, that is Rob. I was listening to this show. I'm over in Sandy Springs, Atlanta. Got here last night to see our daughter for the weekend. Chemical engineering or aerospace engineering?
Chemical.
Wow. Yeah. Florida, Georgia Tech, Auburn. That's the triad of engineering in the South. And Huntsville, the Rocket City, man, you ain't kidding. That you have everywhere you go, it seems like you raise the bar. I love that.
Wow. It's people around you that makes it good.
That's right. Great team. That's great.
Someone asked which bar, the kind you meet when you go to drink, or
both.
Yeah. That helps too, buddy.
That's right.
Well, this is an abbreviated edition of the Panhandle Gator Club podcast with Buddy and Rob. And we're going to be doing this every other Friday, and we want you to come on as you know this area great. You've been coming down here for 100 years, Rob Browne, and we're going to rely on you for some stories, and also your SEC Sidelines show, which is doing quite well with you and producer Brendan Martin. And you get out and about, and we have a lot of, as you know, people in this neighborhood. They have a lot of interest in Auburn, Alabama. Let's see, here's a graduate. And so we're going. And Rob Dotson has generously said, even though this is sponsored with the Gator Club, he'd be happy to talk about other college football teams in the area. And as you know, Rob Browne, this is a hotbed of college football.
Oh, growing up, that's what we did. We still do it. My mom has been going down there for 86 years to the Panhandle, and reading the magazines is a rite of passage on the beach. Getting cold beers from mom and dad, having West Indies crab salad. It is, I think, the greatest area of America. And,
wow.
And I think too, I'm pushing, I wish I could get to Washington to speak on the floor of Congress to get Auburn's third permanent rival to be the Florida Gators. That's what is being pushed, because after Georgia Tech which was ended in 87 when they joined the ACC. The oldest rival continual other than Georgia was Auburn, Florida. So I hope that comes back because, man, I love getting down there and having these debates back and forth with a magazine in one hand, cold beer in another, talking about college football. You cannot get better than LA, the Florida Panhandle.
There you go, and you would know that, like you. All right, so we're going to rely on you on our expertise. We only got about 6 or 7 minutes here in our debut show, which will be longer in 2 weeks. We're just getting started today, and thank you again for our fine sponsors, for Rocket Lanes and Prime Orthodontics. We'll have others in the future, and great job by Rob Dotson putting this together. Rob, pick us out a couple of games and tell us where we can make some money this weekend. And what a schedule we've got starting tonight. You got your team playing.
Yeah, I'll start with that Texas and Ohio State. And Texas, number one preseason, first time in their storied history, believe it or not. They're a 2.5-point dog at Ohio State. I got Texas to win because defense travels. That's what I like about them. Neither of these quarterbacks have much experience except in hype. So, they hadn't played meaningful snaps, either one of them, since high school. But I like Texas with their defense. They don't have Carrot Top Bird Auburn, the kicker. He's gone now. But I think they're going to go and get a win tomorrow. Another one that I like Clemson. Now I want the SEC to win, but I've got Clemson minus 4.5 at home. I'm going with the Dave Bartu college football matrix. Klubnik's going to have – this will be like his 30th start as a quarterback in college. It's Nussmeier's 14th, I think. That right there, plus I think the defensive front for LSU is really good. Frank Duffy sat on our Sidelines show right before this morning. It's old-style LSU depth, but TJ Bryant out of Phoenix City Central and Peter Woods out of Thompson and Alabaster, Alabama, and the offensive line as well for Clemson, I think it's too much, and I like Dabo. He's 180 and 47 as a coach. They get the win tomorrow.
Okay, thanks very much. In the background, you hear some people talk. That's just a little social gathering we got going on here in the studio this morning. Sorry about that. Hey, this is what's going on. College football now. This just came aboard. We know about money, what drives the game and so on. This just came in from On 3. Florida Star quarterback DJ Lagway has inked an NIL deal with Jordan Brand, estimated to be $3.7 million. Okay, so they're investing in him. They believe it's something. Everybody's excited about this guy. He's only going to play probably, a series or two. Let's say that most he'll play the first half, I would say, because then we might see all four of Florida's quarterbacks in a game that means nothing to most people but us. And by the way, double check your make sure you get the coverage, you get the game, because some of the people like here in my area are not getting the game because of the local providers. But anyway, it's a 45-point game, 45.5, I believe. The over, I think it was 55. You're the expert, Rob Browne. Where do we go with this?
Well, your 45 points is a lot to cover. We don't know a lot about Long Island T, but this is a game about Florida getting better. That's how you always look at these games. And it's also about hopefully getting so far ahead you can empty your bench, because that improves morale. Because those guys that are second and third team, they want to play too. But golly, that's a lot to cover in game one. I don't like going over. I mean, Frank Duffy really is our betting guru, and my son Wilson, who's watching from Jamaica.
Wilson,
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. 45 points is a lot. I could see the Gators winning 56-14, which is that 3-point, because you always wonder about the late push. And I just wonder, do the head coaches ever pay attention to the betting lines? I'm just saying.
Yeah, you always wonder. Hey, Rob, I look at you can do the math. If you get the ball, I think Fran said it's like 12 possessions, whatever. If you score 7 of those times touchdown, what's that? 49, right?
49.
And then you, let's say you kick a field goal again, that's 52. That's a lot. That would cover the spread. Which way are you going to go, Rob? Rob Dotson?
I mean, it's a game that I don't think Napier is going to run the score up on purpose. I mean, he's going to play DJ long enough to get his feet wet, get him a few series, get him going, put in the second, third string as early as possible once the team's happy. I really don't see LIU, Long Island University, scoring unless Florida makes some kind of mistake and gives them the field position, because the defense is going to shut them down. I don't see many first downs for LIU, but I do see Florida winning quite well. I mean, I do have them covered. I mean, I picked 62-3 was
Okay.
my.
I got 63-3, so there you go.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
So,
Close,
but
yeah.
I just, if Napier can keep the score down, he would rather
Yeah.
keep our team on the field and
Yeah.
run many plays. And I don't see him dunking it deep, but a few times Lagway's going to dump it deep a couple times just to make other teams know he can.
Yeah.
My guess is that probably Florida will not have to punt at all, so we won't see the new punter doing that sense. So, all right, so we got about 2 minutes here. We're going to ask you for a quick pick on Texas and Ohio State game in Columbus. Well, it's starting at noon on Saturday. Go first, Rob Dotson.
Yeah, I take Texas also, mainly because their offense. Excuse me, their defense. Their defense is probably one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
I see them slowing down Ohio State. I'm not so sure yet that Manning is that great of a quarterback, because why would you have him as a backup to a seventh round draft pick last year instead of playing him? So we'll see. Manning's going to be a good quarterback, but I think Texas will win the game.
Well, I hear what you're saying. There's no room that you have any ability data on him. He hadn't played that, but I think he's going to be a great quarterback. And I like Texas. Rob Browne, real quick.
Like Texas too. Defense travels. That's critical. And Steve Sarkisian's got to prove, though, that he can overperform as a coach, the talent around him. And problem is, neither one of these quarterbacks have the starts, the snaps under their belts. Mm-hmm. So the team that's got the better defense, I think, will be more of a safety net. So hook them.
All right, so we got our executive producer, so we got to get out here today. We'll have a longer time next week, 2 weeks. This will be a bi-monthly show again. This is the Panhandle Gator Club podcast with Buddy Martin and Rob Dotson. And when it's available, Rob Browne. We'll be coming to you sometime in the morning on Friday, most likely 9 or 10, somewhere in there. And we're going to give you some good stuff here. We're going to get other places. We're going to take you some places that you've never been before, too. Sponsored by Rocket Lanes, our good friends over there. We're reminding. Tell them again, Rob, about Rocket Lanes and Prime. Rocket Lanes, of course, they're the whole club for the host for the Gator Club here in Panhandle, and there you see the information how you can reach them. Had a chance yesterday to meet with Kristen Sheffield and had a great opportunity to be with her. We're looking forward to doing more there. It's a great place to go to watch the game. And of course, Prime Orthodontics. If you need any help, they got places in Panama City and Panama City Beach. Final thought. This is the weekend when Lou Corso says goodbye. Lou Corso is his last headgear. It'll be quite an emotional moment. I think it was a great part of college football. I'm not quite as emotional. What do you think? 30 seconds, Rob. You going to be watching that?
Rob yeah, we'll definitely be watching.
Yeah, you think it's a big moment, Rob Browne, don't you?
Yeah, I do, and I absolutely love it. I mean, you just he's part of college football. You're the same way, buddy. You know that. I mean, we love what the people who've seen a lot say, because what you say matters, and this stuff really does matter to a lot of people. And I'm and honored to be on your show.
Thank you. And Rob, the music's playing. Rob Dotson, good first effort. See you in a couple of weeks. Any final thoughts, Rob Lee Corso?
No, it's a great legend. We're going to miss Dooley. He's been an exciting part of the game day, and hopefully we have somebody that can fill him in. I don't think it's going to be Saban.
All right, Rob Dotson, Rob Browne, great job. First time. Brendan Martin, extraordinary job on the first show. Thank you. There's Panhandle Gator Club information. This is the Panhandle Gator Club podcast with Buddy Martin, Rob, and Rob. Hopefully join us in 2 weeks. We'll have
anytime.